Somebody asked me if I would show them how to exactly use my butane stove. I know a lot of you know it, and a lot of you have seen me use it, but I'm going to go more step by step. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put the camera down because I'm going to make us some coffee. Okay, here's my case. I put some tape on here so I know where the top is, because when you open it up, you want it to be this. You don't want it to be this. It's the bottom, okay? Yeah. I'm going to take this out. I keep this in there. This is one of those non-skid, and I cut it for the right size. So what I do, this is my floor. There's rug and carpet and blankets, and then the top layer are towels, so I can shake them out every day. And it's because I don't have a vacuum. Okay, back to the stove. Let me shut this completely. What I do is I take this and lay it over it. This is how I do it. That way, it doesn't skid off, because if I didn't have that, it could slide. Okay, so I got this. Now, this is the kind where I have to take this and turn it over. Some of them don't, just read the instructions. But it won't turn on if this isn't on right. I open this up. Now in here, I'll do a close-up here. In here that's a little hole, and this is a hinge. I store my butane upright. Take the lid off, and don't ever lose this lid as long as you're using this one particular canister. Okay, and then you can throw it away when it's done. But always, I put mine on my dresser up here, because you don't want to store it without it, because if you depress this, butane will go out into your area and make you sick. So, what do we got here? Let's look. We got this. This is where that little hinge is going to rest in. Okay? And then you got this. That's what goes in that hole. Okay, so I've been doing this so long, it's just so easy. What I do is I lift up the hinge and I stick that nozzle inside that hole, and I put the hinge down, and then I rock it to make sure that it's in that hinge is in that little groove there. Close it up. Let's test it out that if I did it right. What you do, I press this down first. Let me get over here. I don't want to get burned. I press this down, and then I turn this all the way. You got to hear that click. Okay? What this does is it engages this to push it in all the way. You can see it move. Then you got to do it all the way. And then you can bring your fire down. Whoops. Okay. Down, hinge, or click. Then I bring it down. And then I can put my thing on there that I'm going to heat up. But I'm going to turn it off now, because I'm going to turn this around to me. I can handle it better. Because if I got to do this, I'm leaning over a flame. But yeah, you can do this on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor. What I have is I have a nice tray. It's got a nice lip on it. So if anything spills, it stays inside. What I do is there are 3 sections you can pull off. I do 3, whatever size your tray is, and I have a tray down there. That way, it feels like I've got something cool going on, okay? I'm like, making my table. What I use for coffee is this. Folds up so nice. Stainless steel. There we go. I got my stainless steel water jugs. I don't use plastic anymore. 1 gallon. I got these on Amazon. I can leave you the link. They were about $40 a piece. Okay. I'm not going to make a full cup because this will be my second cup. There we go. Okay, ready? I'm going to put this on. I'm going to press down that lever to engage the canister with the system in here. And then I'm going to all the way, and then I bring it down to the where I want it. Looks good. There we go. And now we just wait. Just watch it. Don't be walking around, you know, messing with it or anything like that. Just, I sit here and I wait. I don't be moving around back and forth, going to my cooler or anything until this is almost to a boil, and then I turn it off. Okay. Now what I use for coffee, and some of you have said you love it. You've actually went with it. And you love it. I did this by accident. I started buying Twillings tea, loose, because I heard that the tea bags have plastic in them, nanoplastic, so that they are durable. Well, I don't want that. If you're putting that hot tea, hot water in there, it's melting those nanoplastics going inside your body. Ugh. Yuck. So I bought this. You just turn the handle. Let me see. You turn the handle. Here we go. See? There we go. Then I thought, wow, maybe this would be good for coffee. So, it's wonderful. Oops, get up here. Okay. Let me move this back. I had an empty jar of Twinings. So what I did was I put my ground coffee in here. Want to smell? It's really good. Seattle's best. Port side. So what I do, I'm leaning over my flame. I know that's a no-no. I'm only going to make a half cup, so I'm not going to fill it up all the way. I'll fill it up about that far. And I'm going to do this without spilling it. I'm just going to turn it. There we go. And I'm going to put it in my mug. But this is your basic stove. I have a propane gadget or adapter that I use a green propane tank. I don't really like using propane. I will. Probably when I get to Tucson, it starts warming up. Just in case, I'm going to carry one with me. I'll carry it in my big bin down here. Let's see. Let's turn this up just a little bit. Starting to go a little bit. It's got the bubbles. But seriously, this is so easy. It really is easy. I like it because it's so simple. Now, as far as butane goes, sometimes it's hard to find. It depends. Let's just say, for example, in Quartzsite, if you drive up to Parker, which is 30 minutes away, it's where the big Walmart is, you might not find it because everybody else is buying it. But here in Flagstaff, and when I go to Tucson, I'll be able to find it. Not a lot of campers in those areas. Well, not anymore in Flagstaff. Most of the Nomads are gone. Not all, but most of them are gone. There's not a big rush of Nomads. As I kind of enjoy it. I get here early and enjoy it. Then it starts getting a little crowded. Then about now, a lot of the Nomads, they're gone. They went on to greener pastures. Me, I'm loving this weather. I mean, it doesn't get past like 75 now. And at night, it's nice and cozy where I can use a couple blankets. Here we go. Here we go. It's pretty good. Go, just take it. Sometimes this is hot. If it's really hot, what I do is I take a section, fold it over. There we go. And I just pour it in. There we go. And then I let that cool a little bit. Then what I do is I take this and I stir it, do it with this hand, stir. It's almost like a pour over. I'm just doing it manually. I'm pouring it over. I stir it back and forth just a little bit to get the water to go through the grounds. And I lift up and pour it through. I do it a few times, depending on how strong I want my coffee. Pull it up. Once more. Pull it up. You can see it's coming out very brown under there. And then I just plop it in here. This is like my little tea ball holder, coffee ball. We'll call it a coffee ball now. I'm gonna put this away. It's still kind of warm. I'm still gonna put it in here. Now, I've had people ask me, this is still hot, do you put it away hot? I do. I don't wait. I don't want to wait because I can't get to my creamer over there in my refrigerator. I don't want to step over it. I just quickly put it over. Whoops. Put this in there. I fold it over, put it in there. Put this in here. Shut it. So cool. It's not like anything really like burning hot. It's not going to melt anything. Did you like it? Okay, let me go. I got to move these around and then I got to get my creamer before this cools off too much. Hold on. See, I can walk around in here. Woo! We'll put this up here for now. Put that over there for now. Everything's so pink. Oh my gosh, it's pink. It's a pink world. Yeah, whoops. There we go. Woo! Yeah. Shall we? There you go. It's fresh. What was that? Wait a minute. Can you do it? I haven't done that in a long time. Okay. I'll have to practice that one. Okay, what do I got today? Where's my phone? I had to find my phone. Let's try this light. Here's a question from Benster. Benster, you say, "Thank you, Lee, for everything. I would love to hit the road. Just a bit scared. But any tips for beginners?" Just a bit scared, huh? Look, there's nothing to be scared of. Let me get my hair straight. I know, I'm all fussy today. This is a real video. Okay? I've been busy all day today. Wow. Scared, huh? You're a little scaredy cat? Well, haven't we all been? You know, bravery and courage is doing something that you're scared of, but you do it anyways. So yeah, you're going to be scared of heck. I was scared the first time getting out there too. I wasn't so much scared when I stayed in Tucson for the first 2 months of moving into my minivan. That was pretty cool because I knew the area. But when you start going into other territory that you don't know, oh, it's very scary because you think, where am I going to park? Are people going to see me? Am I going to get picked up? Yeah, you go through all of that, but you do it anyways. And you will get it, okay? You're going to be just fine. You're going to be fine, I promise. You're going to be fine. You're going to be more than fine because you're going to transform. When you go through doing something that's really scary and you do it anyways, oh my gosh. Can you imagine? So you need to do it so you can get that feeling that you overcame something. Believe me, I'm a little nervous myself. I mean, with what happened in April on the road coming up here on I-10, I'm not really looking forward to going south to Tucson. But guess what? I got to do it. I mean, I have to. I mean, what am I going to stay here up in the snow forever? And all my stuff and my storage is down in Tucson, and my grown children are down there, my grandchildren, of course. Yeah, I got to get back. I got to go back. Yeah, go see my favorite places and see my favorite waitress and sit with her in the mornings and have coffee with her at the counter. Oh my gosh. Now I'm getting excited, but I got to do it. I got to get on the road. I got to go on 17 and then hop on I-10, and I got to go through Phoenix. Oh my gosh. That's where that, yeah. Oy vey shmea. So just do it. Here, I'll put this over here. How's your coffee? Just do it. Woo! I'm wild today. I'm wild and crazy. Hey, listen, I got a rant. Okay? I got a bit of a rant. So hang on. Where was that question? Oh, here was the question I answered yesterday. This was from Yendo. Remember that? If you watch it, if you didn't, go see yesterday's video in the afternoon. Question: how do you deal with vehicle registration and insurance? He's asking me a question. How do I deal with it? They both require a physical address. I'm in New York State and preparing to do this, but want to ditch my New York State plates with a state that doesn't require an inspection sticker every year. Well, I answered the question correctly. As a almost 9-year-old Nomad van life that has had to change her domicile 3 times since I've been here. The first time I had to change it, I tried to use a P.O. box and it didn't work out. So I know that those don't work out. I'm going with my experience. Okay, I'm not just making stuff up, right? Then I went to Cincinnati and I used my daughter's domicile there, her address, for years. Then I changed it over to my son in Arizona. So there's the 3 times I had to change out. Okay? So here's what I know. I know everything that I said in the video yesterday. If you hadn't seen it, go see it. Well, because everything is iffy, I can't, if somebody expects me to answer this exactly, how do I know what state? And I mentioned that states are different. All states are different. And not even the state, but the township and the county inside, and the city inside the state. I'm in New York State. I want to ditch with a state that doesn't require. Well, I explained how domicile works. This is such a complicated subject. Oh, it has so many layers. It's like an onion. It has so many layers. Your domicile, So if he was not, I can't imagine he was actually asking me what state to go to. Well, even if he was, I mean, really, I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to do some research. Yeah, I don't really get paid enough on these videos to be doing your research for you. You just have to do it. I understand he was asking in a general way. Well, I got a comment, okay? And he said, and what I was doing yesterday was I was talking a lot about my book, How to Live in a Minivan, Minivan Lee. Because in 20 minutes, I can't explain everything that's in my book because it is extensive on domicile, mail, all that, how to figure out where you want your domicile. I can't do that. And I can't do the whole thing. So that's why I wrote the book. So I talked about my book a lot. So he says, well, wasn't that just a fantastic little commercial for your book? Now, do you think you might want to answer this poor guy's question? And then he had the nerve to say, "Well, hey, the rest of you who are commenting, don't you feel the same way?" She didn't even answer it. And okay, here's my rant. Okay, here it is. I knew, and I'm not bashing guys because I loved you guys. Bob and Walter and William Nighthawk and Raymond and REI Hudson and all of you that watch me. I know there's a lot of guys and some of you that don't comment, but when I get comments like this, in fact, he didn't say that. Let me tell you how he started out. Well, dearie, that was a really nice, commercial for your book. But now, don't you think you might want to look? When I get comments like that, a lot of times they're from the male gender. Okay, they just are. I mean, I just know that it had a male name on it. And please don't call me dearie or sweetie, because you know what? I mean, I'm not just your typical female. I don't know. A lot of people don't know. I worked the trades for 10 years. I worked elbow to elbow with the guys working the trades, the plumbers, the drywallers, the carpenters, the finishers, everything, and the demolition. And I've done demolition myself. I've been on 20-foot ladders going up into the ceiling, looking down, and there's stuff down there that I could actually, if I fell, it would slice me in two. But I've done that. So don't call me dearie, and don't call me sweetie. I've held my own. I raised 4 children, and I brought home the bacon. Okay? And I did it in the way that a lot of males do. Okay, so there's my Lorette. Please don't call me dearie, and do it condescendingly. Okay, yes, and it's almost as if do I care that he said that? No, I'm just going over the rant because every so often, I get like 6 months worth of comments, and I just let them go. I let millions of them go. But every once in a while, something hits me and I want to mention it on here. That please don't call me sweetie and dearie. Like, I'm just I'm little frail idiot female. And girls, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not bashing men. I love you guys, okay? I really do. But there are certain ones out there that are they're just jerks. They really are. I answered the question. If you want to get a channel and answer it in your way, I want you to do that, okay? Then I had another one this morning. This is why they're adding up. I had another one this morning. This is the one who said, dearie. He goes, dear. He goes, please stop talking so much about food and get to talking about going, traveling and showing us things on traveling. I'll talk about what I want to talk about on my channel. You get a channel of your own and go travel. And there are so many other channels out there that travel. Don't call me dearie. Okay? I paid my dues in this world for a little bit better respect than that. And I'm putting out 2 videos a day. Okay? And I'm writing books. Okay? I work hard. And so I know, and I do my research. So if I want to talk about food, I'm going to do it. Oh, did you see some food I got today? I wanted some, I went to Whole Foods. I wanted some vinegar for my spinach. So I bought that, yeah. And I bought some organic garlic. So there's your food, okay? No, here's the thing with food. The reason I talk about food is I talk about things that interest me. And I know that a lot of you guys get that. You know that. Because even if you are in a house or in a van, especially in a van, You've got to feel good. This is a smaller space, and you got to drive. You can't just, if you live in a house and you don't feel good, you could literally sit there for a week and be fine. But you can't do that in a van. You've got to get up, you've got to get into your seat, and you got to drive somewhere for your night spot or whatever. You better feel good or you can't do van life anymore. You better be in tip-top shape or your kids are going to pull you off out of your van and say, look, you're not healthy anymore. You've got diabetes. You're overweight. You've got a bad heart. You need a triple bypass. You need whatever, pacemakers, stuff like that. So if you want to be in van life, we better learn about health. So Mr. Smarty Pants, there you go. No, I talk about things that I know that you're interested in. And if it's on this particular day, if I'm talking about healthy foods, then you can say, oh, she's going to talk about foods again. I think I'll go. But I'm not going to make her feel like she's an idiot because she's talking about food and not out there traveling around, showing the same things that other van life channels are doing. I do things differently and get used to it, Mr. Okay? Yeah. There's my rant. Okay. I feel better now. Yeah. They're usually guys. They have guys' names that act that way. Now, women have their own issues, but they kind of do it different, a little bit more devious, which is why I wrote, let's do a book, The Vicious Female. I dealt with them all during May. Attacking me because of whatever they thought, whatever I did. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So no, I get attacked from both sides, but men are especially condescending. And when they call you that, yeah. Another one too I don't like is that, hey lady. Lady used to mean, ooh, Lady Jane, back in the day, but lady has become different. Now it's like almost a slur. Okay, lady. Yeah, and it's guys that say that. So these are things that women don't like. So if you want to make us enemies, just keep on. Call us sweeties and dearies and things like we don't have a brain in our head. I love you guys. Listen, go out and have a really good day. I hope you enjoyed the stove. I was scared the first time I used my stove. So, good things are coming your way. Hope you didn't mind my rant, okay? And to him, yeah. I am just me, and I think I've deserved the right to be me. And it really is a confidence thing. I think in some ways they want to zap a girl's confidence. Well, you don't zap my confidence. You just make me and then I can just block, bye. Don't talk to me again. I love you. See you tomorrow morning. This morning was about some really good food. Yeah, that's what he commented on. Some superfoods that I bought at Whole Foods. I just wanted to show them to you that these are alternatives that you can get, okay? See you tomorrow morning. I hope so. Bye.